Good day, everyone. Welcome to ABS-CILLP Network, the Chika Laban Lang Patrol. And our issue for today is about the four sisters here in our network. And I'm talking with the Salazar sisters. And we already know that they have their own children. The question is, have they noticed about the physical and motor development of their children? Let's find out here on Chika Laban Lang Patrol. But first, let's talk about the physical development. What is physical development? Actually, it is the process that starts in human infancy and continues into late adolescence, concentrating on gross and fine motor skills, as well as puberty. Physical development involves developing control over the body, particularly muscles and physical coordination. And by the way, physical and motor development starts usually at the age of 2 to 6 years old. For more, let's watch this. As we move on, let's talk about the motor development. Let us have Teddy Salazar as the eldest daughter of the family. Teddy Salazar, do you have any idea about the motor skills and its development?
Hi Allen and hi to my sisters. How are you doing, guys? Hope that we are all safe despite this pandemic. By the way, I would like to share to you the article that I've read. It's about the motor development. It refers to the development of a child's bones, muscles, and the ability to move around and to manipulate his or her environment. As this happens, the child becomes more and more capable of performing increased complex actions. The motor development has two categories, the fine motor skills and the gross motor skills. So let me define to you what are these two categories. First is the fine motor skills. Fine motor skills, it refers to small movements in the hands, in the wrist, in the fingers, toes, in the feet, in the lips, or in the tongue. Fine motor skills are necessary to engage in small and precise movements. Next is the gross motor skills. Gross means large, and the term gross motor, it refers to physical skills that involves or that uses large body movements, normally the entire body. So these muscles allows us to sit, to walk, or to run. So the difference between these two categories is that fine motor skills involves smaller muscles, while the gross motor skills, it involves larger muscles. And you know what? Motor development is important throughout a child's early life because physical development is tied to other development areas. For example, kapag ang bata ay nakakalakad na, gross motor skills niya yon. Mas madali niyang may explore ang kanyang physical environment, which affects cognitive development. Social and emotional development progresses when a child can speak, eat, and drink. Fine motor skills naman yon. Gross and fine motor skills improves continuously during adolescence. Adolescents can do more complex and challenging activities compared when they were in their middle childhood. Adolescence is a time when the growth of spurts, and puberty changes. It refers to the rapid acceleration in height and in weight. And when the time that a boy and a girl begins the process of sexual maturation, it is called puberty. During this time, both sexes undergo a series of biological changes. Matthew is a very naughty child, maybe because he's only 2 and all he wants is to explore and to play. In terms of his gross motor skills, as I observe, he likes to kick, to throw, and to catch with larger balls. He likes to jump off to low objects, and then when he's running too fast, I can't stop him. Like, he's very hyper, and I think he doesn't feel tired. And then when he's walking, he tends to walk backward with his one foot, and surprisingly he can balance. And then one day I was amazed because he can walk up and down stairs independently. And in terms of his fine motor skills, as I observed, he can turn individual pages on a book. And then he can draw scribbles of circles, lines, tapos kapag gumagamit siya ng pens or ng crayons, nakikita ko na left hand yung ginagamit niya. Therefore, I conclude he's a left-handed. Tapos one time, nakita ko siya na binubuksan yung takip ng langis. And then, nagulat ako nung tinaktak niya yung buong laman nun. Like, oh my God, thank you because you're my son. Tapos when we are eating naman, ang gusto niya palagi siya yung kumakain. Siya yung humahawak ng kutsara. Pero mas marami natatapon kaysa yung nakakain niya. And then lastly, as I observe, he can hold the scissor correctly.
Thank you, Teddy Salazar. As we write back, who's Salazar sisters? We will chika with... Just here on Chika! Ow! Laban lang! Patrol!
Moms!
Top 3 pataas, Magbonakid Preschool. 3 plus mas pinatatag na Bonakid Preschool. 3 plus pinatatag na Tribulbos formula. Mas pinatatag, batang matatag. Pinatatag with nucleotides. Mas pinatatag, batang matatag. Pag 3 pataas, Magbonakid Preschool. 3 plus mas pinatatag na Bonakid Preschool. 3 plus pinatatag na Tribulbos formula. Mas pinatatag, batang matatag. Pag 3 pataas, Magbonakid Preschool. 3 plus mas pinatatag na Bonakid Preschool. 3 plus batang may laban.
Breast milk is the best for babies up to 2 years.
Welcome back here on Chika. Ow! Laban lang! Patrol. The Salazar sister we have right now is Bobby Salazar. Bobby?
Good day, Miss Ellen, and to everyone. I'm Bobby Salazar, the second child of Salazar siblings. And I'm glad to share to all of you that Trixie finally accepted me as her mother. And now she's 5 years old, and I have one son named JJ, and he's 3 years old. So at JJ's age, which is 3 to 4 years old, I've observed that every time he's playing with his friends, I can see that in terms of their gross motor skills, they starting to learn to skip, jump, runs, hoop on one foot, walk on tiptoes, and even make sudden stops and starts. When I take his sister out to school, I let him to play in the playground, where I can see that he can swings on a swing, marches to a rhythm or a beat, and throw and catch a ball by thrusting with his arms and shoulders. And when we got home, I found out that he could alternate steps when climbing or comes down the stairs one at a time. And in terms of their fine motor skills, which involve smaller muscle, such in their fingers and other areas at this age. And every morning after I gave him shower, I found that he could unbutton clothes and pull up a large zipper. And when we have breakfast, I can see that he can use his own spoon and fork. And after that, we used to play and do some art activities. At their age, they can build black tower and hold pencil and crayons with control, where he can draw straight line and three-part persons, and he can even cut paper using scissors. For the gross motor skills of Chicks' age, which 4 to 5 years old, these children can throw and catch anything, like ball, with both hands and less body movement. And they can hoop on one foot, just like DJ age. And then they can hoop several times in a row. And they can also skips, jumps up and down, as well as can climb on large play equipment. And in terms of their fine motor skills, of 4 to 5 years old, they can already brushes their teeth, comb their hair, washes their hands, and dresses and undresses themselves. And except for tying shoes, and this is the stage where hands preference develop. Just like I said earlier, we used to play and do some art activities. And I can see that 4 to 5 years old children can create straight black towers and can cut a straight line and also can form hard shapes with clay. And at this age, they can also draw a house and a person, and they start to learn to copy a simple design and print it. That's all. Thank you, Miss Ellen. Bye!
Thank you, Bobby Salazar. And now we have Alex Salazar, the third child of the Salazar sisters. Alex?
So yeah, Miss Allen, I already have 3 daughters. They are Carla, Carlene, and Candy. Carla is my oldest daughter. She is 8 years old. Carlene is 7, and Candy is 6 years old. They are all girls, like daughters nga, diba? Woo! But I'm really happy and contented with my Tres Marias. By the way, I'm starting to see and observe the changes in their physical and motor skills. My daughter Carla and Carlene have almost the same age. They are in the same terms of 6 to 9 years old, and the first thing that I observe is that they mature faster than their classmates, specifically with boys. I observed it when I went to their school, and yeah, it seems they look mature. My daughters look mature with her other classmates, specifically boys. And I also noticed the hand they usually using. Carla is more on left-handed, or maybe she's a left-handed, not maybe, I'm sure she's left-handed. And Carlene is a right-handed. Yeah. And they also show their interest in their own skills. Like Carla is more on art activities, and Carlene is into music like me. They also enjoy physical activities like jumping, running, and they also love dancing. I also starting to notice that they can undress and dress themselves now. Like a grown na parang dalaga. They also enjoy playing mataya-taya and salon ng bola. And also I let them sleep 11 hours every night because they bring out all the energy they have the whole day. So yeah, I let them sleep 11 hours to gain back the energy they bring out. And when it comes to my youngest naman, which is Candy, she is 5 years old. She is in term of 5 to 6 years old. Her gross motor skills are twirling, turning around, hop several times, jumping. She jumps forward, up and down. She is playful. Compared to her older sisters, she is more playful. She is more on, doing a lot of things around in our house. And she also climbs at the large play equipment and other stuffs here in our house basta makakit lang siya. Basta akit siya. And she also loves throwing and bouncing a ball, and she even catches it with her elbows like this. And regarding to her fine motor skills, she enjoyed building block towers, arts. Like her sister, she even knew to draw, how to draw houses and person. She also starting to write her name, and she also she formed shapes using clay, cut lines with scissors, and lastly, she is also starting to undress and dress herself, but she can tie her shoelaces. Shoes rather. Lastly, she is now beginning to be independent. She is learning how to brush her teeth, combs her hair, and wash her hands. And in all, I love to see my daughter growing and improving with their own activities. I hope they become the person they want to be when they become old, and continue to have each other's shoulders when each one of them suffering, and they should be continue loving each other. And yeah, I'm so proud of them. That's all, Miss Allen. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex Salazar. The next sister will be the youngest of the family, and first time here on national media that she will reveal her child, and we will talk about his or her motor skills. How lucky we are! We'll be right back here on Chika Ow! Laban Lang Patrol!
girlfriend was wrong like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like
Start using new Rexona Teens Daily. It keeps you fresh all day so you don't miss out on the fun. New Rexona Teens, it won't let you down. From Unilever.
Welcome back here on Chika Ow! Laban Lang Patrol. And for the last sister, the youngest sister of the Salazar, Gabby Salazar. How was she after all? Does it true that she kept her children for 15 years? Let's find out as she tell us about the motor skills of her children. Gabby?
Hi everyone! Hi Alan! I am Gabby Salazar, the youngest in the Salazar sisters. Thank you for inviting us in your show. So, now I will briefly answer the issue. Yes, it's true. It's true that I already have children and I kept them for almost 15 years. I did that because I don't want them to be exposed in the show business where sometimes it is toxic. They are twins, a daughter and a son. My daughter is Moon and my son is Star. And I will talk about their motor development when they are 9 to 15 years old. So when they're about 9 to 10 years old, I observed that their body started to be more mature, to look like more mature. And when every time they are hurt, like they bump their head on the bed or they stumble accidentally, they doesn't cry about it anymore. I think it's because of their bones. They are becoming harder and small things like that doesn't hurt them anymore. Unless it's really serious. When they are 11 to 12 years old, I also observe the change in their habits. Like they already know how to eat neatly and quietly, unlike when they are kids, when they are like 5 to 6 years old. They are not eating neatly. Also, they are engaging more in physical activities, and Moon is always like, Nay, I want to dance more, since dancing is her habit now. And Star is being interested in basketball. Of course, boys, things like that will always come out in their mouth. For example, for Star, he always say, Nay, I still want to play basketball. Please, Nay, gan. Yeah, like that. Ganon. They always want to play, and they already know their interests. It may be in food, in physical activities, in their talents, movies, like that. Also, their food selection sometimes differs from what they want the other day. Aside from those, they also of course had changes in their body, especially when they had their puberty. Since 9 to 12 years old is the age where you will start the puberty. Moon had her first menstruation, and of course she's very open to me when she had that. I think she's 10 years old at the time when she had her first menstruation. And syempre, I help her understand what's happening in her. She thought it's abnormal because her friends had it earlier than her. But based on the research, it is only normal because puberty starts from 8 to 14 years old. Also, to Moon, little by little, her hips are widening and her breast is starting to grow like a woman. She's a big girl now. And now that she's 14 years old, I can see the curve already in her body. What else? I also made her realize that everything that is happening to her, especially about the menstruation, that it's all normal and she must not be afraid. While in my boy Star, when he's around 13 to 14 years old, his body started to form muscles. It may not be that visible, but when I touch his biceps, they are harder than when he was little. And it's so cute, my boy is now becoming a man. Also, his voice is way deeper since he already has that Adam's apple. He really sounds like a man. And you know what? When they are kids, Moon is taller than Star. But when they started puberty, Star is now taller than me and Moon. And then when they saw the little hairs, the pubic hairs, that grow in their armpits and other places of their body, of course I also told them what are those. I told them that those are just normal and nothing to be ashamed of, that there's nothing to be afraid since every person has that. And you know what's more interesting and also weird for me as a mom is that the way they dress is also mature. Like nowadays, youth or young people, they want to dress like they're already in their 30s or 20s, ganon. And the way they fix themselves, the way they fix their hair, they want to be adult. They want to look like mature. Unlike when we are the same age like them, we just wear the clothes we want. And for me, I think it feels like the era now makes the children grow faster. So that's all. I hope I can show my twins right now, but I can't since they are busy in their online class and I must respect their privacy now. From time to time, of course, I help them. And me being a teacher in high school before, I'm kind of easy to help them. So that's all. Thank you for inviting me again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Salazar sisters. You have all witnessed the growth of the children of the Salazar sisters on how physical and motor skills adapt and take place as age rises. That's it for today. This is Aling Dave Centorias, your Chika bestie here on Chika Laban Lang Patrol. See you next week.